Do you believe if you're a religious person, you're a better person?
That I'm a better person?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Because I don't think.
Let me rephrase it.
Okay.
Do you believe if you're a religious person, you're a. No, I'm not going to change it. I want you to elaborate on why you're not a better person. Because I think, again, just what we talked about, when I hear the word better, I have a definition of what I think means better.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like how quickly that happened. That's why I didn't change it, because I was going to come up with a new word, but I wanted to show that this happened in real time. Because I know you, my dog. I know that you have a different definition of better to me. And I already know kind of what it is. It's like you're thinking better than other people.
Correct.
I'm thinking of you're trying to get better as a person.
Yeah.
But your definition is more right, because that's what better means. But I'm thinking context of like, I'm trying to become a better person.
Sure.
So it happens that fast all the time.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a whole tangent. Go ahead. So if you're a religious person, you're a better person.
Yeah.
To agree or disagree.
Okay, let's just go with my definition. No, because I think we all do wrong, bad, sinful things, and I think that just puts us all on the same scale, straight up. I don't think I'm a better person, but I think it's beneficial to have like morals and structure that comes with religion. But that's not to say you can't have that if you're not religious. So I think you can still be like, I don't want to kill people if I'm not, even if you're not a Christian or name religion, whatever. So I know that's pretty like surfacey answer, but I guess to some extent that would be a quick answer that I would have for that question.
See, if I was to answer it, I would just say yeah, because of my definition of better. Because for me, religion gives you structure. That's all it really does. It gives you a blueprint of how to live a life. It gives you some principles to follow. Because at the end of the day, and we've talked about this recently, I've realized that like, as human beings, we're all trying to do the same thing. We're trying to not suffer, and we're trying to achieve. And you need structure to do that. If you're in a football team, there's structure in order for you to get better, get bigger, get stronger, get faster, to perform well. If you are an employee at a job, there's rules and structure in order for you to do. And if you do that well, you rank up into eventually being a CEO of the company, right? There's structure, there's rules around this happening. Life is really difficult. And that's why there are so many gods, if you really think about it. Because everybody wants nuance of how they can live a good life. Like I saw something the other day where like there's a temple in India, and India has like 30,000 gods or something. There's a temple in India, a rat temple with like 30,000 rats, and the people there say that these rats are their ancestors and they give them guidance and whatever. Sure, to each his own. Like if you're living a good life, fine. If these rats help you, fine. That's not me trolling. That's me being 100% real. So with that, religion, it's all religion is trying to steer you into the right path, and there's rules in there to do that. So from that standpoint, I think you are trying to become a better person. That doesn't mean you are a better person, but I think you can become a better person faster by having religion. I do believe in that.
Okay, faster. All right, I guess that's fair. I think for me,
if you don't have religion, what do you have?
I think you can still have structure in your life.
But what does that come back to? And I'm genuinely just curious. Like
I don't know what it comes back to. And that's why I did choose religion. But I think like
elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, so this is my thing is like I think you mentioned like you can be a better person, but I'm like, couldn't you be religious and have really poor structure, and there could be someone with better structure outside of that?
No, but I believe that even if you have bad structure, you have something to point back to get you back on track faster.
Like God? Is that what you're saying?
God. Yeah, no matter what the God is. It's God, right?
Yeah.
Like we all worship something.
Yeah.
Whether it's a God or whether it's a drug or whether it's a person, right? Like we all worship something. So you're always pointing back to something to get back right when you are knocked off the track. And I think that religion is a really good place to do that because it's something that's bigger than you. Like I think about people who are addicted to, drugs or something. It's like that's what you worship that thing. Like you're addicted to that thing. The worship isn't probably like you don't want to worship it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you do because you need that thing
Yeah.
to survive, right?
Yeah.
Like part of you, like I said, like none of us want to suffer. It's so interestingly watching Soft White Underbelly and listen to the drug addicts. They don't want to be on drugs, but they're literally addicted. When they get off of them, they get dope sick, bro. So they worship that drug. They have to.
Okay, so I'm not saying
I'm gonna look up the definition of worship too. Go ahead.
Okay. Like, couldn't you point back to like family and friends and like children?
I think for purpose.
But could that be enough? Again, I'm saying this from a devil's advocate perspective.
No, because I think that like for me, for example, if I use my kids and my wife. Well, I don't anymore. Damn, that's fascinating. I was gonna say using my kids and my wife as motivation, but I don't think I do. Because for me, I have an obligation and a duty, and for that reason, I need to make sure that I'm right. Right? Like they don't motivate me to go out and grind. It's like no, like I chose to get married. I chose to have kids, so I'm gonna do right by them and do what I'm supposed to do. But I'm not motivated by that. I'm not pointing back to them.
But if you were obligated, it doesn't mean you would necessarily be wanting to get better. Like I think you are motivated to be a better father or a better husband.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say they motivate you to do that. You are
but
motivated.
they motivate me by default because I put myself in those positions. You see what I'm saying? Like,
no, that part I don't see.
So I will listen to music to get motivated to lift in the gym.
Sure. Yeah.
That's a choice to pick a song to get through something, right? I don't go like if I'm having a hard time, I don't think about my daughter, like Maddie, like needs me and I gotta like do that. I don't think like that.
Right.
To me, it's more of like, nah, like I'm doing this because it's my obligation and I enjoy what I do to fulfill that role. But when I think about God, I'm like, there's something much bigger here and I'm supposed to live my life a certain way to serve the person that gave me this life.
Yeah.
So when I think about the drug addicts, I'm like, I need this thing in order to feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes sense?
Yeah, I just think that's a drastic example. That's the only
Do
thing.
you have something that's closer?
No, that's why I'm asking about family. Because I think that that's different. Like, I think, like, I understand your point about, like, we all worship something, but I'm like, I think there's people that aren't religious and also aren't on drugs or have a problem with alcohol.
Worship can also imply a sense of submission. Oh, this is really long. The word worship has several related meanings, but its core concept involves showing reverence, adoration, or devotion to a deity, divine being, or a religious practice. Here are some key aspects of the meaning of worship: religious devotion, adoration, and respect, blah, blah, blah. The nature of worship can vary widely across different cultures, religions, and belief systems, but at its core, it involves expressing reverence, devotion, and respect for something considered sacred or divine. Well, they give a very, like, godly.
But I think, like, to your point, I think a lot of times it points back to, like, career. You worship the work that you are doing. I want to be the best. I want to, like, be a billionaire. You are putting your worship into something like that. Or money or power or I guess maybe even other people to some extent.
Yeah. I wonder if it's a better word for that. But all I have to say, because I feel like I'm not versed enough to like continue this.
I mean, you're idolizing him. That's what I think it is. It mean, like, I guess worship probably works too, but you can idolize your work, idolize a person.
Okay, so my definition of worship is like to get down on my knees.
Right.
And like, you are my whatever.
Yeah.
Or I need you.
Yeah.
I can't live without you.
Right.
That's worshiping in my head. It's not this definition of worshiping, but maybe idolizing is the word, right? Like, but to me, like, that's like, you see that all the time with people. Like, think about the dads who are like, I did all this, got all this money, and my daughter is like 19, and I have no relationship with her. Like, yeah, because you worship the damn job.
Yeah, correct.
You worship the job, bro.
Right.
Like,
and that is sad. There's like nothing to point back to there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I give my point about like, I don't use my kids and my wife as motivation. My work is an obligation to provide for them.
Totally.
But when I go back at home, I'm at home. I'm not thinking about work. Because if I worship the work or I use them as motivation to work hard, I'm going to justify why
Working
not
hard.
being there
Totally.
is worth it. And it's
Exactly.
not. That's why I don't use them as motivation.
Correct.
I don't. I'm like,
Right.
nah, like these are my kids. I love my babies, bro. Like I gotta go to work and I gotta do this thing because I need money and like that provides for them. To me, it's that black and white. It's not more complicated than that. Cause then if I start to like worship work, I started getting infatuated with like numbers and views
Oh,
and
100%.
numbers in general. I
Yeah.
get infatuated with numbers, and that's not good. That's worshiping to me. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
the example of family is like, nah, like I don't, nah, like, because then when I think about religion, it's like, well, religion gives you like stories, parables, and lessons to essentially stay away from suffering. That's why I believe in the religion part of it, because there's nothing else on the world that can do that. Like I can't put my faith in my wife for her to not make me suffer, because she probably makes me suffer a lot. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I can't put my belief in worship into like a football team.
Oh,
All
yeah.
these dudes are different.
Yeah.
And we're gonna lose games. You know what I'm saying? So like I can't put my all into that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
like that's why I believe that religion, makes you a better person, because you kind of let go. Like when we think about like when we listen to that Andrew Huberman thing, he's like, I'm a scientist, dog, and I got all the answers for the numbers and the data.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like feeling better and like knowing that I can't control something, I pray. And no matter what you believe or what I believe, it works.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I think it makes you a better person, because you let go.
Yeah.
You let go.
Yeah.
And that's what we need most of the time. And things in the world can't do that, bro. Like,
Yeah. It's not nothing of this world,
Yes.
in my opinion, can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and if somebody has an example, I'd
Right.
love to
Yeah,
sit here
yeah.
and talk to you
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm not here to debate. I just want, because if it is, I want to know it, because I probably want a little some of it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like, I've yet to meet anybody who's found that answer, because I don't think it's real. Like, I don't. Like, I grew up around prostitutes and drug addicts and successful people with football. I've grown up around like, or I've seen throughout my life just different measurements of success and different measurements of like triumph and tribulation and failure, right? Like, and just seeing both sides of the coin, and just like, we're all looking for the same thing. We all worship something, and hopefully it's something that's bigger than you, because at some point you will fall and you gotta let go. That's why I believe that religion makes you a better person, because you can go back to that thing and it'll give you the same principles that we're all looking for in every religion to stay away from suffering. And this is how you do it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it makes you a better person.